Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you the Simple Mobile T-Mobile network. This is what I have for service here, and I want to let you know earlier today I got 82 megabits per second down while in the car, and it was great. It's fast speeds, but now my speeds have been reduced because I'm home. Although at home it doesn't really matter. I only need the network for phone calls, not internet use, because I have Wi-Fi at my house and don't really care about using the data. So I don't know why, but it doesn't put me in New York. It's putting me somewhere else right now. But anyway, let me switch to Syracuse, where I usually am. We'll do Spark Rock. And see what we get tonight on the network here. So, comparable to my internet at home. Yeah, around 50 to 75%. 50 to 75 megabits per second down. 100 or more if I use the internet on the 5G, but this phone doesn't support the 5G, so that's pretty fast. 18.2 megs. That's pretty fast. Let's try the Northern Communications and see what I get here on Northern Communications. Here, see if I can find. Okay, I gotta type in New York, Syracuse again. Sorry. There we go. Northern Communications. We'll see what I get on Northern Communications. I don't know. I'm in Syracuse, but it doesn't give me the Syracuse servers. Like I'm somewhere else. Wow, Northern Communications give me about 30 megabits. That is great. With Cricket, I could never get past 3 megabits on Cricket. Now 3 megabits, yeah, you can do stuff on it, but right, 3 megabits down? No way. No way, man. 3 megabits is just no, it's terrible. It's garbage network, but I could definitely use this network a lot. I'm not gonna use it up. Ignore the high data usage. My phone was set at the beginning of the month to think that I used from the beginning of the month until now. I've used up 2 gigs, and I haven't used 2 gigs. I've used like 83 megabytes so far. So, but anyway, yeah, it's okay. It works. I'll do a speed test again. It's not the 80 megabits that I got earlier, but nonetheless, it is internet access. It works. I can use it. I'm happy with it. And I'd say it works. Mm, 18.7. I'll do one more after this to see. So, 18 to 30 is what I normally get in my house. So it's pretty good. If I had to use the data, which I really don't want to use it, I would use it. I would use it, but good ping time too. 53 milliseconds. You'd usually see higher pings because it's internet data, not Wi-Fi. So yeah, I guess it's pushing 19.9. That's okay because the Great New York State Fair is here, and there are lots more cell phones in the area than there normally would be on a daily basis. I'm pretty sure if in September I do this after the Great New York State Fair is over, I get better results out of my data than I would now during the Great New York State Fair. It's only day 2, coming upon day 3 of the fair. So, day 3 and everything. So, it's like I said, I knew from the get go, the week of the 20th, the week of the 10th, I knew people were starting to come. People who travel with the fair, people who follow the fair around and everything. I knew that they were going to come here and speeds wouldn't be as fast as it should be. Just like I work at a McDonald's, and due to the fair, McDonald's is extremely slow, and they say go home. You don't have to work today. They're not going to pay me though, but it's okay because I'd rather go home and not get paid than sit there and not have any work, so. But again, I'll do another speed test long after the fair has left the area and there's not so many outsiders on the network and people at the fair on the network. I mean, yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night, but there are nighttime concerts. So the more concerts that are out, the more people that are going to be on their phones. So, but this is what I get on a daily basis. I'm not going to do a YouTube video, but I'll do a quick Apple or website search for you, and you can see on the internet what how the speeds are in Chrome, just looking up a website. Last time I did YouTube, it ate through my data like there's not like there's. It ate through my data. It ate through it so fast. I had no data left at all, and yeah. So blew through my data like no tomorrow. And I'm going to the fair Tuesday the 28th, so I have to save my data from when I'm at the fair. Wanting to take pictures. So let's go to Apple's website here, apple.com, and you'll see Apple loading up very quickly here. And we'll do a speed test of my Time Warner Spectrum cable. And you'll see on Spectrum how fast on Spectrum the speed tests are. And you'll see it's kind of matching my phone service right now. So there you go. It's done. It's loaded. Boom. On Cricket, it would still be loading by now. It would be extremely slow and still be loading. So let's now go on the Wi-Fi connection. Once it wants to boot up the Wi-Fi. And now let's switch over to the speed test real quick, and you'll see what the speed of my Wi-Fi at home is. You'll see it's a lot better, but not as better, but better enough than my data on my phone. So you can see I'm using Spectrum as my internet provider. And again, I'm going to keep saying this, the Great New York State Fair is here, so there are going to be more people hogging the bandwidth, hogging the internet, hogging the cell phone connection, hogging connections, than if there was nobody at the fair. You see? So it's matching my cell phone connection, which is pretty cool. Only T-Mobile can do that. Sprint can't do that. AT&T can't do that. I don't know if Verizon can do that, but it's exceeding my network by a few megabits per second. But yeah, it works. AT&T can't do that, and Sprint can't do that either. Sprint is just terrible. I never use Sprint at all, but besides the point here. To go to Syracuse's connection. Northern Syracuse connection. And so yeah, it's matching what my phone would normally get if I wasn't at home. So you can see here, sometimes my phone gets up to 45 megabits. Sometimes it doesn't. Like so tonight, it only gets down to 30. So matches what my internet can get at home. So yeah, would I go for the unlimited plan? Well, in the wintertime, maybe for my basketball program, since I'm going to be at basketball for 2 or 3 days out of a week out of the winter season until March Madness. Yeah, I might go for the unlimited plan. The thing is, I'm on a 3 gig plan, which is a temporary 3 gig plan, where it's one of those deals for the summer only. Get 3 gigs for the price of the 1 gig plan. So, I don't know if I switch to the $60 plan, I won't be able to switch it. So, we'll see though. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's gonna happen here with the internet usage as like I said, again, the fair is here and there's more people at night that like to get on their phones and use their phones, and more people during the day who don't have internet service and are hogging up precious bandwidth that the cell phone companies have on their phones. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it works out. If it works out at all or not, we'll see. So, anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I say Simple Mobile is the best plan so far in cell phone service. I would get a bring your own phone plan so you can get an unlocked AT&T or T-Mobile phone and be able to run on the Simple Mobile network. Now, some phones have Wi-Fi calling. Some phones that you see, I have Wi-Fi calling, so Wi-Fi calls will be made over the Wi-Fi, but depends on what type of Wi-Fi you have. If you have cellular Wi-Fi, it's not going to work. If you had cable Wi-Fi, sometimes it'll work, but other times it didn't. I was talking to my grandmother in Puerto Rico. The phone started cutting out and I couldn't hear her, and then it dropped the call. So, but I want to show you too, there are settings real quick before I go. There are settings in the phone where in the cellular setting and the setting, which I don't use. I was just testing it because I've never used Wi-Fi calling before on my Wi-Fi plan here, my Wi-Fi at my house. You go on the Wi-Fi calling and you can do 3 types of settings here in the settings. Wi-Fi preferred. You only use Wi-Fi calling if you use Wi-Fi calling if Wi-Fi is unavailable. Okay, so you only use cellular if the Wi-Fi is not working. Cellular only use Wi-Fi if you have no signal, or never use cellular and only use Wi-Fi. Now, you do never use cellular if you are overseas in another country, but you never ever in the United States never use cellular network. That's only if you're overseas and you don't want to waste your minutes calling your precious phone plan calling overseas. But when you're in, I recommend doing cellular preferred So all your calls get routed through the cellular, but if there is no cellular data, it'll latch on to Wi-Fi calling right away and it will work. For me, it does work, but barely. I know when I was at work doing it at McDonald's on the public free Wi-Fi, it kept cutting in and out and I can barely hear and it doesn't work as well. At home, yeah, it did cut out once, but I'm going to give that to the Wi-Fi because, again, it is state fair time here in New York, and there's lots more people, and the bandwidth is less than if the fair wasn't here and there was less people here in Syracuse, not here for the fair, and, everybody wasn't here for the fair. But I'll do another video just to let you guys see how when the fair is not here, how service normally is for non-fair use. This is just during the fair, but I'll show you after the fair as well. So Wi-Fi calling, guys, yes, you can do Wi-Fi calling on some phones. I say don't use it unless you have to. Use cellular unless you go into a dead zone and there's no Wi-Fi. And there's Wi-Fi you can connect onto. And I want to let you know, yes, you can text over Wi-Fi now. You can text and call over Wi-Fi. So if you go to your buddy's house, let's say your buddy lives out in Tully, New York, and your buddy has no service, but you have a service where you live, and your buddy has Wi-Fi, as long as he gives you the Wi-Fi password, you can log on to your buddy's Wi-Fi and still text. You can't call 911 thanks to E911 because your E911 is supposed to be registered at your house, not your buddy's house. But what you gotta remember, which most people will never remember, is you gotta go into your E911 and put your buddy's address or wherever you're going. Say you're going. For me, I go to my dad's house. I have to put my dad's address down in the E911 addresses. So it knows, hey, I'm at my dad's house, not my house. I'm in an emergency at dad's house, not my house in Liverpool. Go to my dad's house. Don't go to my apartment in Liverpool. Because if I left my apartment in Liverpool on E911 and I'm at my dad's house, they will go to my apartment. And I would get in big trouble because even though I needed the 911 services in my dad's house, I have to say over the phone, hey, I'm not at my apartment. Don't send to the address on file. Send to my dad's house, not the address on file. I'm not at my dad's house. I'm Wi-Fi calling. Over Wi-Fi call. So the one thing you gotta remember, so that's why I don't use Wi-Fi calling in that regard, because of E911. If E911 does happen to need, which never happened for me, but if 911 happens to need to be called, I can't call 911 because if I do, they'll end up going to my house, not my dad's house. So, but anyway, guys, yep, this has just been a review of the Simple Mobile Network. It is great. It works. There's no issues with it so far. I love it. And let me tell you, it does 100% let you, it'll let you use your internet, even if you used up all your gigs. They just throttle you to 2G speeds, and you have slow data to the point where you can almost do nothing on your phone, but you can still use your phone. It's not like they cut you off completely and say you have no phone data, add more money, or wait till your bill's up. Nope, they throttle you, which I'm completely 100% okay with. Pandora, I think even when they throttle you, you can still listen to Pandora. Pandora may take a little bit longer during throttle times to load, but regardless if it takes a little bit longer to load, Pandora will still load. TuneIn Radio. TuneIn Radio might take a little bit longer to load when you're listening this football and basketball season to the games. Might take a little bit longer to load, but nonetheless, it'll still load. So there you guys go. I'll do one more speed test real quick. Just wanted to give you a review of the Simple Mobile network. I say you can't get the 3 gig plan now, but you can get any other plan on Simple Mobile. Go ahead and do it. Get it. It's awesome. I say go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get it. You need to get it if you want the T-Mobile network. 80 megabits per second is what I got earlier. 82 megabits per second to what I got earlier today. And sorry, it's going all screwy on me here. Now, let me show you what I have here. So you can see it kind of matches the Wi-Fi, but not much. So there you guys go. That was just a test of the, I know it's not on the Syracuse server, but whatever. Test of the network. Thanks a lot for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I will hope to see you guys later.